What are you doing?
How you doing?
They're walking out here hand in hand.
Yeah.
I tell you, it's a good place to walk hand in hand, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now, have you had an oyster yet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah. We got getting ready to go home for too long.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Well, I like that hat. That's a nice looking hat.
I want someday I want to get up with you. I got some things I'd like to talk to you, but I've got to find time when you're not too busy.
All right. Okay. Okay. Well, I'm not busy at the office anymore, so.
It's part of the carnival atmosphere.
Right.
All right.
Welcome to One-on-One on Pack 14. We are on site at the Hebron Volunteer Fire Company Carnival, which I think has been going on for a couple years, hadn't it, Don Beach?
Yes, it has. It's been going on for about 80 years now.
80.
Yep. We've been right here in this same location.
Some of these trees got to be more than 80 years old.
I know.
Huge trees.
I think they were here when the carnival started.
Well, now this grounds, did the fire company buy these grounds or what?
It was a camp meeting. Tell me, and this is a little bit before my time, Phil, but they tell me they used to have camp meetings here years ago, like they did a lot of small towns around. This was a camp meeting ground, and the fire company bought it.
Yeah.
And they've been holding the carnival here every year since.
Every year.
Every year.
Without fail.
Without fail, yes,
well,
sir.
we're gonna look at the firehouse, which is one of a state-of-the-art fire department here in Hebron. All of it, most of it's financed by the proceeds of this.
Exactly,
Yeah.
for this. You've been on the county council a number of years, and you know what we get from the council. You know that there's no way we could operate and have the kind of fire station and the kind of equipment that we have without this carnival. We couldn't do it.
Now, there's some rather famous parts of this carnival. We hear one of them, the bingo.
Bingo.
Are they doing the bingo any different than they did?
No different than I've been since all the years I've been here.
Still pulling behind.
Still pulling behind.
We're going to see that in a few minutes.
I started working out here. Over here in this corner was an old ball stand. Didn't even have a top on it. It was made out of chicken wire. When I was about 5 or 6 years old, chasing balls down when they threw them down there at milk bottles, and I've been here ever since. I wouldn't know how to act come a summertime and didn't work at Hebron Carnival
if you weren't here.
If I wasn't here.
How old are you, Don B?
I'll be 70 in September.
So since you were 5, every summer
I've been right here.
And just about every night.
Just about every night, never miss minute. And love it right to death. I just love to be here. It's just something that you get used to doing, and you either like it or you don't like it. And I just happen to like it.
Yeah.
I love to be here and meet people and see what we're doing.
Now behind us here, we got a line of people waiting to get the famous Hebron Fire Company oyster sandwiches.
I just ate one last night, and if they get any better, I don't know how they could do it. I'm telling you, they're better every year. It seems to me like every one I eat gets better all the time.
Well, if you don't mind, would you kind of take us around the carnival grounds with our camera here and show us what there is to see here in the Hebron Carnival?
I'd be glad to.
Let's do it.
Right here in downtown Hebron City.
Oh my God, let's go!
All right.
So what I do, I put the oysters in the pan first, and then I put my ingredients in there, salt, pepper, and baking powder, and then I stir that. That seasons the oyster, okay?
Yeah.
It's just like making a cake. They got what they call a dump cake. You just dump everything in a bowl, and then you just spread it. It turns out to be a cake. But I have been doing this for years. My great aunt taught me. Her name was Ruth Horsey, and she.
I remember Miss Ruth.
She did it till she was about 80.
Yeah.
They'd have to go get her and bring her down here, carry her back home. That's all she did was mix.
I remember one time Mr. Charlie Smith.
Yes.
Tried to talk Miss Ruth into using a different kind of baking soda or baking powder. She said, no indeed.
No way.
You go get me that other kind, or I'm not mixing up either oyster.
That's right, and that's what she did.
Now you're putting the flour in there now.
I put the flour in there. She told us always shake it off. Make sure you get a measure.
Yeah.
Okay, I couldn't just dump it in there like that. But she said always shake it off.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell you how many I'm putting in here, but And I'm hoping you're not a very good counter.
I'm not. I've lost count
And just
already.
a pinch of sugar.
Sugar.
Just a pinch.
Uh-huh.
And then I stir it up. I have a mixture here. This is the oyster juice. And I use 1 can of
Pet milk or carnation
milk to a gallon of
So that flavors it even more. This is
Yes.
liquor from yours.
Yes. Then I got a young man that comes and he stirs this. She
Is
said,
it the,
always wipe the sides of your bowl. Always. And she said, I guarantee you every oyster tastes the same.
Mm-hmm.
Because
You seasoned them equally?
You season them equally. You put your flour.
What
just
makes them pop up so much? Is that the bacon?
Baking powder.
Double acting baking powder.
That's it. Salt, pepper, baking powder, just a tad of sugar at the very end, and your flour, and that's it. Some people put onions, some people put this, some people put that, but we've got the best oysters on the eastern shore of Maryland.
That's
right here.
That's right from the lips of Geraldine Mitchell, whose grandmother, you say, your Aunt Miss
Ruth Horsey.
Ruth Horsey.
Yes.
Taught you this recipe.
Yes.
Now, are you gonna let me? Are you gonna let
me?
me write this recipe down?
I'll give you what go in it, but I'm not gonna give you the amounts.
You're not gonna do it. That's all there is
I'll tell you
to
what
it.
goes in it. Oysters, flour, salt, sugar, pepper, milk, mixed with the juice,
Yeah.
and
a pinch of sugar.
just a pinch of sugar. Just a pinch now.
Yeah.
Yep.
So these are ready to go.
They're ready to put into the can. And then they put them in the box. And then from there, the latest firm. And if you look at them, every one of them is the same color, but every one of them same size, and they all taste the same.
Yeah.
Yep. And it's really not a secret. It's just a method.
Yeah.
That's
And
it.
but let's say again, these are the best there are on the Eastern
These are the
Shore.
best oysters on the eastern shore of
There you have
Maryland.
it. There you have it.
That's right.
You know what? I believe you.
I've been to Chrisfield,
Uh-huh.
and man came up here, and we've had a couple people come right in here and give us a blank check. This was when my other aunt, Frida, Frida's in the nursing home right now.
Is she?
So I'm taking her place.
Now, where do these oysters come from?
They come from Cool Ice in Cambridge.
All over Cambridge.
And we have gotten them from Seaford. So it's nothing to do with the oysters. It's all in how you mix them.
But they're nice big fat
Oh
oysters.
yeah, they're nice oysters. They're very nice oysters.
Yeah.
And they're nice for frying. They're not too big, and they're not so little that when you stir them, they break all up.
Can you look right here in the camera and tell me who makes the best? They're the best oyster
The
sandwich?
best oysters on the eastern shore of Maryland come from Hebron Volunteer Fire Department.
One more time, I was talking. Right
The
there.
best oysters on the eastern shore of Maryland come from the Hebron Volunteer Fire Department. Mixed by yours truly, Geraldine Robinson, passed down from Ruth Horsey, Frida Wharton, Geraldine Mitchell.
That's good.
What's that guy from Louisiana say? Do you guarantee it?
Guarantee it.
Guaranteed.
Everyone it tastes the same.
Let's go over here to the...
You're welcome, quite.
Thank you, dear. Here's a...
They come from Coldwater.
Cold.
Cambridge.
Cool Ice gets them. They
Cool
buy
Ice.
them from
Wherever. They're just a broker for them.
yeah, wherever they can get them.
Yeah,
We
wherever
order
they
100
get 'em
gallon-
from.
100 We ordered 100 gallon oysters and 100 dozen soft crabs.
Now, Don, this is a professional operation going on here. Now, you talked about the gallons of oysters. We've got soft crabs, hamburgers, hot dogs, all kinds of
Crab
stuff.
cakes.
Crab cakes.
Yes, sir.
How many gallons of oysters, and what's your order, standing order?
We have a standing order with Cool Ice and Seafood in Cambridge. We order 100 gallon of oysters at a time and 100 dozen soft crabs. And that doesn't usually last a week. Toward the end of the week, we have to order more. On a busy Friday and Saturday night, we can use between 45 and 50 gallons of oysters.
45 and 50 gallons.
45 to 50 gallons. We got 6 burners over here going that cooks nothing but oysters.
Yeah, that's the big draw. Isn't
That's
it?
the big draw is oyster
The other
sandwich.
stuff that I know people like the fried oysters, the soft crabs, and all that, but the oysters are the big
Oyster
draw.
sandwich is a big draw. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yeah. If we didn't have oysters, I don't imagine we'd have many people here.
yeah.
They love the oyster sandwiches.
This is a very modern kitchen. How long has this been?
This kitchen has been here probably 15 years now.
Oh, it
We
has?
tore the old one down. And the health department was on us about making everything stainless.
Yeah.
So we had to do a lot of repair work. So we went ahead and tore the old one down and put a new one here and made everything stainless, put bigger fans and a lot more room in here now than what we used to have. It was a lot more congested and a lot
Yeah.
more crowded.
Well, it's clean as a pin in here.
Clean
Of course,
every
that's where
day.
you-
Clean
that's where
every
you
day.
want
Yes, sir.
it. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Every day.
Well, let's look some of these oysters cooking. All right.
Get that. Mr. Beach, can you tell Phil why do you think the oyster sandwiches are so big here?
Why they're so popular? History.
Yes, I guess they're so popular because of history. I guess people have been coming here for 80 years, 70, 80 years eating oyster sandwiches, and I guess the word gets around. Just a lot of people love our oyster sandwiches, and they come back year after year just basically for oyster sandwiches.
Well, Don, I don't know about you, but there's not many of us can get a good oyster sandwich at home.
No, you're
Now,
exactly right.
You can tell, but look at me, I eat good, but I don't get any oyster sandwiches.
And there's a lot of people that don't, this time of year, don't eat any supper at home. They
Yeah.
come right from work and they'll be sitting out here before the kitchen opens, waiting in line, waiting for these oyster sandwiches to be ready to eat.
Yeah. Well, we even noticed some people with coolers, taking them home with them, and
Right.
that sort of thing. Yeah.
Yes,
All right,
indeed.
let's look at them frying. Huh? This is for
How many
pack
years,
14.
Phil, how many years he been coming to Hebron Carnival?
How many years been coming to the carnival?
Long time. I don't know how many.
Did you come as a boy?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
And this is Mr. Frank Elliott from Mardella Springs. right?
89-year-old.
89?
89, yeah.
My God. All right. Good to see you, Frank. You look right in that camera and smile, will you?
He doesn't miss many nights coming.
No.
You can
Do you
count on
remember your
him.
first night at the carnival?
He doesn't miss.
Not quite. No, I don't.
Can't remember that far back, can you?
What keeps you coming back?
Do you like the oyster sandwiches?
Yeah.
So you eat dinner out here on carnival night. Do you play any bingo or?
No, I'm not much on bingo.
No.
Never was.
Never was. How
No.
about Miss Elliott? She play bingo? She doesn't play bingo either.
Yeah, once in a while.
Once in a while.
But she's not played none lately.
Yeah,
She's not played any lately. But she has played bingo.
yeah.
Not lately.
Thank you, Frank.
Yeah. Okay. Hold them down, Pete.
And I got him. We've got to have a merry-go-round.
What? Okay, keep up with it. Don, stand over here a little bit.
Okay.
You all right? You all
What's
right?
the difference?
Every carnival has to have a merry-go-round, doesn't it?
Absolutely. Wouldn't be a carnival ride without the merry-go-round.
Now this one is in excellent shape. Is it very old?
Yes, it's the first ride we ever bought. We bought it brand new, but I'm not sure exactly what year it was that we bought it. But we keep it up, paint it, go through it, and all our rides we have here are Maryland State inspected. They have to be tore down and gone through, and inspectors from the state of Maryland come here and inspect them every
To
year.
make sure they're
to
safe.
make sure that they're safe.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now how about that merry-go-round? How long you had
The
it?
Ferris Wheel, it was the next ride.
Ferris Wheel.
Ferris Wheel was the next ride that we bought. We bought it right after we bought the merry-go-round.
Uh-huh.
So these two, we bought them brand new. These two have been here the longest.
And that's
Ferris wheel and the merry-go-round.
I can get pictures of it, but I can't have you guys turn away from the camera.
uh-oh.
I'll get pictures of it, just talk about it.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
And then the other rides,
We've added a few as time went on. We've kept adding a few and adding a few. This is the last ride that we just bought. We bought that from Trimpers, that 100-foot slide there. We've only had it about 4 or 5 years. This is the last ride we bought.
now
The
they
slide
walk
here.
up there and slide down.
Walk up there and slide down on a burlap bag. Get a big charge out of it.
Now how about this?
Oh my land, that thing, that was Trader.
Roller coaster.
That thing has been here. That was Trader Special. He used to run that job.
Yes, he did.
That's been there a long
Charles
time.
Trader.
Charles Trader.
Long time.
Volunteer fireman, a Hebron Volunteer Fire
Yes,
Department.
indeed.
A living legend in his own time. Roll that cigar in his mouth.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Well, when you thought of Hebron, you thought of Charlie
You saw
Trader.
Charlie Trader.
Now, how about those bumper cars? Are they pretty popular? They
They're
look like
very
that.
popular. Yep,
Yeah.
they stay inside there all the time, and all the kids want to ride the bumper cars.
Now, I saw in the newspaper the other night that if you certain nights you come out here and you pay one fee, and the kid can ride
All night for $10. That's exactly right.
So this oyster
Cheap-
sandwiches.
cheap night out.
Yeah.
If you got a date, it's a cheap date.
Well, I don't know what it would be to go to Ocean City and ride rides,
You,
but
you couldn't do it like that.
for 3 times what you do it here.
We've spent a lot of money on our rides this year. We've painted, everything's been painted, as you can see. This is all new. The fence is all new around the roller coaster. The little station house there is all new. All this is all new that we've done this year to try to keep our stuff up.
If you had to guess what the average attendance would be for a full season, can you guess what the attendance would be? It'd be thousands.
Oh, I'd say it'd be close. Yeah, it'd be close to 100,000 people. I would guess. Yes.
And you're open how many nights?
We're open 14. We're open 28 nights.
28.
We're open 12. Yes.
So you have a spring festival.
Spring festival. Then we close down for 2 weeks, and then we have the Fireman's Carnival.
Now this weather tonight is absolutely
Ideal.
perfect.
Ideal carnival.
Perfect. It's nice.
Ideal
Not
carnival
too
night.
hot, not too cold.
No bugs out.
It makes me hungry for
I'm
a
telling you,
oyster
smelling them
sandwich.
oyster sandwiches
My God,
makes
I'm
me hungry too, Phil. And no matter where you get on this carnival ground, you can smell them. You can smell them.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
It draw right
It
to,
draws
draw
right
you
to
right to them.
Yes, sir.
All right.
These rides, every year, these rides are tore down. We have a man that is a ride specialist that comes in here, and we give him a clean bill. If he thinks anything needs a bearing or a bushing or anything, if he even thinks it needs, order it.
Do it.
And all these ride people, they put you on COD. I guess they've been beat by traveling carnivals. Everything you order for these rides is COD.
Yeah. Even though this is your 80th year, it
Even
doesn't make
though
any difference.
we don't owe them a red cent, and we pay them every year. We're on COD just like everybody else.
Well, let's look at the bingo stand.
And everything you see around here, all these buildings, the rides, and everything's here, this all belongs to the Hebron Volunteer Fire Department. Every piece
Including the land we're
here.
standing in.
Including the land we're standing on. Yes, sir.
I noticed that you built a new building over behind there.
Right.
For extra storage.
Storage.
Yeah.
When we built the firehouse, that was one thing that none of us were in the building business of a building that magnitude, and we forgot about storage space. So you're just moving stuff from side to side. So we've decided to build a building for storage to put stuff in.
Well, it's the same way home usually.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Everybody's
Glad to hear it.
Yeah.
He knows
She's-
everybody there is.
She can't do it by herself,
No.
so she's moving in with Dad. Phil, this is Phil. Tell me, this is my husband, Josh.
Josh, and who's this guy?
This is Wyatt.
Wyatt. You know what? I have a grandson named Wyatt. Are you going to ride any rides? Are you going to ride some rides tonight? How about that merry-go-round over there? Daddy will take you with him. How you doing? Nice to see you. Nice to see you, Wyatt. You're a good-looking boy. You know that? Exactly.
Thank you. That was Granddad's eyeballs right there.
Imagine.
They didn't get far from one another.
Yeah.
The other day I'd come back and get him on TV.
Did you get him? Get him on TV.
My God, that's pretty.
I'm
That
telling
is a
you,
pretty
that
picture.
is a pretty sight. You want to go on and talk about the volunteers and
I don't know how many firemen do you have?
We have about 50 firemen, and they're just about half of them are here working. The other half are somewhere else working, and it takes about 100 people here to volunteer every night to run this place. And we have 3 church groups that help us out. Nelson's and St. Paul's and Rock Walking Church. They all help on the rides. We have a Quantica Streetlight group that helps us in the funnel cake. And the PTA and the teachers from West Side School help us out in the ice cream booth.
That's great.
So we have those people volunteering that are coming in from outside, and plus all the people that we have around Hebron and neighboring communities. I mean, we have people come here every night from Vaughn Holland works in the bingo stand. He comes from Linkwood, Salem. So, you know,
been doing it for years.
Doing it for years, yes indeed.
If a young man joined the fire company in Hebron right now, how many hours would he have to spend being trained, not counting the fireman's carnival or anything like that, just the classes and the training and the meetings and all that kind of stuff? Have you any idea?
It's got to where firemen have got to attend so many classes, so many meetings. If we take in 6 firemen and we're able to hold half of them, we're doing good. It's got so
they get burnt out.
They get burnt out.
Yeah.
Because most of the time when they join, they think all they have to do is, when the fire whistle blows, run, jump on a red fire engine, go to fire. Now all this is good and well. If you're a paid fireman, you can take these classes and do this during the working day. If you're a volunteer, this means you work your regular job, plus you have to take these classes at night. Now, they're all for your own safety's sake.
Yeah.
They're for your own sake.
And the public safety.
And the public safety. But they're demanding and they're putting so much daggone pressure on the volunteer fire departments. I don't know how much longer that we're going to be able to have volunteer firemen. I'm afraid it's going to come to a time where all the firemen are going to have to be paid.
Yeah.
And that's,
now the ambulance, you have a couple of ambulances
Yes,
here.
we have 2 ambulances.
You have a paid paramedic.
Right.
So that the people here in Hebron have 24-hour ambulance service.
Yes, we do.
On call, just they dial 911 and the dispatcher says, go to
Hebron.
Lillian Street or whatever it may be.
But the paramedic can't drive the ambulance and work in the back on the patient, so one of the volunteer, he has to.
There you go.
We all split up, and it take a month. Every night in the month, we all split up. So everybody has a night to drive the ambulance from 7 at night to 7 in the morning.
Now here you are out here tonight. Today there was an accident on Wells Road.
Right.
In 349.
Right.
You were there.
I was there.
You
Yes,
drove
sir.
the ambulance?
I drove the rescue truck.
Rescue truck.
Rescue truck.
So you had 2 pieces of equipment.
We had an ambulance and a rescue truck there.
Yeah.
Just so happened it was a fender bender and nobody hurt too bad. So, yeah.
So the ambulance takes 2 people.
Ambulance takes
and
2
the
people.
Rescue truck, at least 2.
At least 2.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
All right.
And you put in a lot of hours. Nobody realizes how many hours that it takes to. If you're dedicated and do a good job, it takes a lot of time.
Yeah.
I'm working on, this is my 50th year as a volunteer fireman in the town of Hebron.
50 years.
My father was a charter member of this department, and I couldn't wait till I got old enough to join, and I've never regretted it since I've been here. I'm tickled to death
And
to
your
death.
boys are right following your
Yes, sir.
footsteps.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I have one.
David and Dean.
David and Dean. David is a chief, and Dean's a chief engineer.
I think Dean is calling bingo. Right?
Dean is calling bingo.
Let's go see Dean Beach, right? now.
All right.
I David.
Your first number is G56, B1, B9, I-27, I-26, O67, I-30, I-24, N45, G51, I-21, N36, G58, N43, N39, G49, G59, N35, O61, B8. Bingo. Bingo.
What do?
Across the board, 8, 27, 43, 49, and 67.
Right. Won't take all that time anymore. With their jackpot of $7 now.
15 bingos. and get a Black & Decker. One big goes on the first shelf, and so on.
You want to talk to this caller while he's got a break? You want to talk to him, Phil?
This is young Dean Beach. How old are you, Dean?
I'm 45.
45, and you've been coming out to the carnival for what, 45 years, 43 years?
At
something?
least.
Hanging around here until you could be a volunteer, and you've been a fireman how long?
Over 25 years now.
Over 25 years. Now, is there any different way, are you calling these bingo games any different than you ever have done? The first number's still B1 and the last one's I-74 or something like that, or O-75.
075.
O-75.
1 through 75.
Yeah.
Nothing's changed in Hebron anyway. So.
And some people will bingo and retain their tickets and build them up so they have 10, 15, 25 tickets, and then they can they can trade them in for some pretty nice stuff, right?
Yeah, that's right.
The things on these top shelves are the most expensive items.
Yes. We've got ladies out there right now holding on to 30 or 40 coupons right now, waiting for me to restock the top shelf.
Oh my God. Okay. Well, they're restless sitting down there on those benches, so you better start calling again. Thank you, Dean.
All right, thank you.
All right. We got that over with. Your first number is I-16, I-30, O-69, B-15, N-41, O-74, I-17,
Yeah.
N-38,
Hey.
N-31,
Hey.
50,
I got to restock her up more. She's getting down a little
But she's
bit.
cooling good.
Cooling good. Cooling good, yeah.
I-25, I now. Your first number is N45, I-25, G47, B8, O-73, B1, O-70, N40, I-26, N41, G51, G60, G46, N34, I-24, N42, B3, N38, B11, B9, I-29, I-20, bingo.
Terry, can I have your name, please?
Terry Bud. Terry Bud.
How do you spell Terry?
Terry.
And Bud?
Budd.
Gotcha.
Can you get the ice cream too, or you do that later?
I'll get all that later. You just talk to this Bud.
Now, Terry, all these firemen out here, and I see West Side School on your shirt.
Yes.
Now, are you a fireman?
No, I'm not a fireman. I'm a teacher
You're-
at Westside.
You're a teacher at West Side.
Yes.
So why are you out here in the ice cream stand?
We're out here to help the fire department because they do so much for our school. They sponsor a carnival day during the school year where the kids who have read a certain number of books get to come here for free and spend the day and ride the rides, and they feed them, and they do a lot for us. Mr. Beach helps me with our jump rope for heart and gives us items, and so this is the least we can do is to come out here and help them.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. Thank you. Now, what flavors ice cream do you have?
Oh, we have chocolate and vanilla and chocolate vanilla swirl and orange, and then orange swirl.
Now, who are the two young ladies helping you today?
Oh, this is my co-teacher, Tina Workman, and this is
Hi,
Jan
Tina.
Fry, and they both work at Westside with me, yes.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And my daughter, Kim Messer,
Oh,
works at
absolutely.
5th grade.
Right.
Terry, can you tell Phil why is it important for volunteers to help out the firemen? Just tell Phil.
What, the same thing I just said?
Just tell him why it's important for people to volunteer.
Oh, well, the fire department does so much for our community. I mean, they come when we need them, so we need to be here when they need us.
So really, the carnival is a community effort.
Absolutely. Everybody in the community pulls together.
Thanks, Terry.
Thank you.
Phil, if you can just give her that last question, I wasn't on you. Okay.
So why is it important? Oh, whatever I said.
Then the carnival's like a community.
So the carnival's like a community effort.
Absolutely. The whole community of Hebron and all the surrounding communities pull together to help us out.
I think over there's some Quantico people, or next door here.
Yeah.
Some Quantico people.
I'm a Delmar person, but
Yeah.
Salisbury. Thank you.
Terry.
Have you had the oyster sandwiches?
No, I haven't had an oyster sandwich yet.
Hi, Phil. Whatever.
Okay. All right, I'll do my best. I'm pretty sure I'm blushing.
Can I get this young man's name?
We're here with Bert Owens. Bert grew up in Hebron, right?
Born and raised. I'm an old
Born and
Hebron boy. Donnie would say I'm an old Hebron boy.
Yeah. And you've been a fireman forever, right?
29 years.
29 years. What position do you have in
I'm
fire?
deputy chief
Deputy chief of the fire company.
and on the board of trustees.
Now the building that we're in right now looks like it's brand new.
No, it was built about 5 years ago.
So it's got a nice concrete floor and there's room for several different stands.
Right, booths and little things for the kids. Somebody for the kids enjoy when they get off the rides.
Now the bingo stand, how long ago was that built?
That was built back in the WPA days, back in the 30s, back when the workers, when during the economy was bad and they had to have, people what they call a work program. It's the WPA. That's when she was built back in the, 30s.
Yeah, and it's been serviceable ever since.
Yes,
Now,
yeah.
The only improvement I can talk about is the fact that you put overhead doors in there. It used to be a big old heavy.
And a new roof.
And a new roof.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the money wheel, that's an old stand. That was built probably back in the early 40s, right behind that one.
Is that
She's
one of
still
your
standing.
few money games?
Yes, that and bingo are the only cash in hand. The rest of it's tickets or pay for whatever you want. They're the only two what we call gambling stands.
So the money wheel, or this wheel over here, if you put a quarter down on a 3 and 2 3s come up, then you get 2 quarters back.
Right, you get 50 cents back.
I see.
Or dollars, or however much you want to wager, but I usually keep it down around $1.
Now, Don Beach says it needs about 100 people per night to run this. Is it sometimes hard to man that many people?
It's hard to do it with 100 people.
It is.
On a busy night.
Something for everybody to do.
Right. Any volunteer, anybody wants to help, it's simple. You don't have to do hardly anything. Just meet the public and greet the public and be nice to the public. That's the key thing.
Well, Bert, we just heard from the lady over from the West Side School how much the fire company does for them, and in return they try to come out and help. So it is a community effort, isn't it?
Yes, we help the school out very much. They have like a read a book day or a library day, and for that, if they run the stand for us, we help them back out. We take them on fire truck rides, and plus we let them have a carnival day. If the kids have met a certain goal or done something, they go out here and run the rides, and we'll run the rides when they ride rides all day.
Yeah.
And just do things like that back and forth.
Now, as far as running the rides, I mean, making them go, actually being there, taking the ticket, and making the Ferris wheel go around and merry-go-round, is that pretty much the same people do that all the time?
Yes, all volunteers.
Yeah,
yes.
all volunteers.
Yep, nobody's paid for anything. You got dedicated members, and you got people from the community to help that are familiar with things that go on out here on a yearly basis, and they help us out and they do a good job.
Deputy Chief Bert Owens, thank you, bud.
Yes, sir, Phil.
I think you've got a career ahead of you in television.
I can say anything you want.
You do?
As long as it's the truth, I'll say anything you want. How's that, Don? As long as it's the truth, I'll say anything you want.
All right.
As long as it's the truth.
Okay, I'll tell Mr. Philman how important it is to the fire company to have a community behind them, like they are.
We are grateful for the support that we get from the county and the state. We're grateful. But if it wasn't for major fundraisers like the carnival, casino night, and different functions we have through the year, it'd be hard for us to make anything, and we're grateful for that.
Well, wouldn't you say that Hebron is financially one of the most successful fire companies around?
Well, plus, and I'm gonna have to name one more, which has a carnival also.
Sharptown.
Remember I told you about the truth?
Yeah.
So
Sharptown and Hebron have carried on a tradition.
And plus Delmar. Delmar gets it out of Maryland, and plus they got Delaware with a fire insurance tax.
Yeah.
So they're getting it here and getting it there both.
So they don't have to have a carnival.
No, they don't have to have anything if they don't want it.
Yeah.
They just do it for exercise.
Yeah.
To be honest with you.
How important was it for you, for the pride, when the fire companies all went to having paramedics and ambulance service for the community?
I was grateful to have 24/7 coverage between us and Mardella. Any emergency that happens, all we need is a driver or somebody to show up, and now we're going to 24/7 where we also have a driver during the day. When everybody's at work, we're paying for people out of our funds, out of our pocket, just to have somebody during the daytime to drive so the ambulance can get on the road, whether it's here or anywhere. Anybody needs us, all they have to do is call.
So if a mom and dad come out here and get two $8 ride all night tickets for their two kids, that $16 is going to help the community.
Yes, it all goes directly back to the community.
Thank you, Bert. You're a good man.
I told you, long as the truth.
You know what he said about me?
What?
Said I had a face for radio.
Well, I thought we were getting off to a bad start when he says about work release. Phil, you know me better than that.
Take that mic off.
Right, green light goes that time and we'll $3 now. First number is B6, I-17, N40, I-30, G46, B11, I-26, I-22, 68, 62, 74, G51, I-29, I-20, I-25,
I know you were.
Say something.
Yes. 1, 2.
Can you hear me now?
Don't get the photo, man.
All right, whenever you guys are ready.
Now, Don, this stand here has been here for years. It's where we buy the chances. And for a long time, you used to have a car or a pickup or something sitting back there.
We sure did. We gave away a car for years and years and years. In fact, they years ago used to drive the car around the Eastern Shore and sell chances on it. Sometime when you win a car, it would have 20,000 miles, where the women drove it around and sold chances. But it got so times were changing and people got tired of buying chances on cars. The cars got more expensive and we didn't feel like we could charge what we should do for the tickets. We tried pickup, we tried a motorcycle, and so now we've tried money, and money's doing very good. We give away, first prize is $1,000, second prize is $500, and the grand prize is $10,000, and that's working out for us a lot better than a car deal.
People can always use
cash.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now let's see who we got selling. We got George Winfrey.
George Winfrey
himself.
Yes.
That is for quite a while, and it got to be where you just couldn't get a good enough break on the car to make any money or very much money, and this just turned out that we were making twice as much as we made when we gave away cars. It seemed like a big price for a ticket, but didn't make it.
Now, I see Miss Martha's not in here with you, but you got a nice looking lady over here, Donna.
This is Donna Lord.
Donna Lord.
Okay. That always helps.
It always helps to have nice looking women in the booth to help sell the chances.
Absolutely.
Always.
How you doing? Good to see you. All right, let's go. David was...
I thought he was...
I went to high school with
My wife,
Bob Taylor's boy, Tom. His name's Tom.
Yeah, I remember Tom.
my wife dated a Tom Taylor before she married me.
Is that right?
Yeah. All right, Phil, whenever you're ready.
Chief, right?
That's correct, sir.
We're here with Chief David Beach, sitting on the front of,
What is this? What is this piece of equipment we got?
This is our newest piece of equipment. This is a 2008 engine tanker built by Pierce out in Appleton, Wisconsin. We specified this to our needs of our community. It's a very exclusive piece of equipment. It carries 2,760 gallons of water. It has a 30-gallon foam cell on it. We carry Class A foam. It's got all the state-of-the-art equipment on it, 2,000 gallon per minute pump. It's a 10-man cab, carries 8 firemen, engineer, officer, and 6 firemen.
Chief, can you tell us a little bit about the statistics? How many fire calls you have a year, and roughly how many ambulance calls?
In 2008, we run approximately 300 fire calls and almost 600 ambulance calls. For a small community, we stay really busy around here. We have an area that consumes the area of Wycomico County of approximately 60 miles. It's the largest fire district in the county.
This is the Hebron district?
Yes, sir. That's from, I believe it's a 2000 census.
Well, I know I live in Centennial Village, and we're in your fire district.
That's correct, sir.
Which we appreciate very much, by the way. And especially when you ride through there on Christmas Eve and bring Santa Claus in there. But anyway, that's just...
That's one of the fun things.
It's amazing to me, the variety of things that you guys do, but this is really what it's all about: fire protection and ambulance service.
Fire protection, we provide fire protection and ambulance service, but we also promote stringently during the first week of October is fire prevention. We go out to the local schools. We have 2 schools in our fire district, which is the West Side Intermediate School and the West Side Primary School. We go out to each school and perform approximately 2 hours during the fire prevention week to explain, which is exclusively towards 3rd graders, to explain to them what fire is, to stop, drop, and roll if there's something would happen with the fire, what to do as far as dialing 911 in case you do have an emergency to get help actually from emergency personnel.
Yeah. Now I remember probably the biggest fire I remember around here. A couple of the biggest was one, the Exxon plant that was on fire, and I think you and everybody else in fire service was there. And then the Civic Center, when the Civic Center burned. Are there times when multiple fire companies respond to an incident?
That's correct. There's as they call target structures in the area that multiple fire companies will respond to, and then we have, as structure fires in the area, we already have set up as a box alarm through the 911 center. If there's a reported structure fire, it's automatic 3-company response versus just the old style of 1 company. It's automatic. It's a standard operating procedure actually through Wycomico County 911 center. So when we are alerted, there's 2 other companies alert us. Now if we have a target structure, if I utilize a target structure of a large commercial building, example schools, churches, etc., there's usually 5 companies on that.
David, it was a big deal when the county went through the 911 renumbering of all of the properties in Wycomico County and had to rename names, road names, and that sort of thing, and also institute the 24-hour 911 response service. How important is that to the public safety in Wycomico County?
The numbering system, that when it was identified it needed to be done, it's a big asset. We have the numbers. We have map books in our vehicles that show numericals through a county, through emergency management and laws. You're supposed to explicit your numbers on your house, and it's supposed to be out front of a 3-inch minimum. And so that just makes it a quicker response for us to get there, knowing where we're going directly when we're leaving the fire station versus having to search.
Mm-hmm.
That's the quicker response time, scene time. That's when we try to minimize damage then.
Are there times